destination, baby. And I can't make a move. Like a child, a star for love. I stay there as long as I have to. I'll cry a river.
Getting ready for the trip. I've got a few different travel layouts. I'm gonna go on a New South Wales Tablelands trip in 3 weeks, but after that I take the kids to the desert. I need 2 seats. That's why only this half platform goes in, which replaces 2 of my seats. So sorry, a little messy, but that's how the platform looks once in the car. And then I have one box here at the bottom, have another box on top. They are secured with these straps, and I have plenty of space for my drones and for other stuff on the side, so that works quite well. I still have another platform which removes all seats, but that's just a straight platform. So now I'm off to Dungog to catch up with Rob and also Chop. We were also supposed to have Wayne and Adrian. They already made their way down from Victoria, but had to turn around due to an illness of a close friend. And I'm really looking forward to go to the New England Tablelands again, because it is one of my favorite travel destinations and it has been quite a while since I've been there last. On the road again, literally on the road. So it's going to be a bit of a mixed trip, so it won't be all off-road. We just did a quick stock up at Dungog, and now we have a look at the Chichester Dam. I've never been there. I heard on the weekend it's pretty packed and not that crash hot, but it's during the week, it's out of season, so we have a look how that is, and then we're heading into the Barrington Tops. So yeah, let's see where the day leads us to. One of my maps here I have the ruins of the Barrington Top Guest House. No idea what that is, so we'll see whether we find that and have a look. So doing a little loop track here. Let's see what's left of that ruins, huh? Yeah, it's a Blue Gum River walk, and I think we're gonna get past old Barrington Tops house, guest house. It was a tourist attraction at the time. It's a concrete path here, I can't believe it. It doesn't look very used though, it hasn't been maintained, but that used to be a pretty fancy walking track here. Oh, that river is nice. That is looking like a swim. Wayne, look at these. Beautiful. Look at that big one. Then it was cut off, and then you see here a shoot came up. And that is now pretty damn big. I thought something is trying to get on my legs.
It's somewhat big. That was my old bed. No, mine wasn't the Alyn.
Another one here.
Oh yeah, there. Yeah. Nice. Don't get up there, are you, Dick? You're going mad. I'm living country very strongly.
There sure a few are here. sure leeches galore here. I just went with my joggers because the start of the trek was all concrete, but I removed at least 10 leeches now. Yes, you gotta hold hands. And there's another tiny one. Look at these.
Alright. Cut by axe. One that way, one that way. Put a plank in.
Yeah.
Jump up on the plank. From that plank, cut that way, put another plank in.
Yeah.
Stand on that. There'll be one on the other side identical. Two men with a crosscut saw.
Yeah.
Bang. Down she goes. A long time ago.
Old style.
Old style.
Yeah, that tree has been completely taken over. It's not a fern or palm, it's just that host taken over. Aliens. This peaceful walk along the Williams River takes you through rainforest to secluded river spots like crystal pools. Keep an eye out for wildlife, but be prepared for the leeches. The trek turned out to be 6.5 kilometers instead of the advertised 3.5 kilometers, but the trek offers stunning views and native flora, including beech trees, sassafras, red cedar and young Sydney blue gums. So that's two different trees, huh? There's I don't know where that's... What is that tree underneath there?
Bugged.
Bugged, and then you have that on the outside here, which completely taken over that tree by the vine. That is something. It's going to be search picture as a lyrebird there. You won't be able to see that. It's got the tail all up.
I'll pick this up, I'll finish one.
That is pretty nice here. Not a bad little swimming hole. Interestingly, the trek was advertised as a 3.5 kilometer return loop. However, we walked nearly 6.5 kilometers, so I don't know exactly where we deviated, but it certainly was nearly double as what was advertised, so please keep that in mind. There were some trail diversions though, because parts had been blocked off, because I think it went over private land. All the trek logs, including the walking tracks, are available for my Patreon supporters via Patreon. So we're going to be a lot on forest roads now, so airing down to 33 from 40. Just to make the ride a bit softer. Yeah, now we're on the way towards the Alyn River. And we'll have a look at, I think it's called Ladies Well. I wanted to go there a few years ago, but that's when we had that big forest fires. We had actually an Airbnb here. But, yeah, everything was closed, so we couldn't go there. Supposedly that is pretty nice, so we're going to check that out. And yeah, we'll see where we end up today. No idea. So along the Alyn River here, that is beautiful. Look at that. Stunning! Yeah, there's Ladies Well here.
What has been here to add all this formwork? Anything particularly, you know?
No idea. I would think national parks. It's a lot of rubbish here. I think, yeah, in full peak time, probably wouldn't want to be here. And everything is carry in, but oh, the rubbish. I'm repeating myself. I don't get it. Why do people come out here? Then and then spoil it with their shit. Well, it's supposed to be a very nice swimming hole here, so I'm going to have a look and then I get my swimmers. Hey! All these swimming spots are along the Alyn River Forest Road, and there are also a few campsites, but they are very close to the road and I assume in summer will be completely packed. Every car which drives past will likely send clouds of dust in your camp, and I heard it can be quite packed and a bit feral in the main holiday season. However, this time of the year, no one else but us, absolutely stunning. Look at that. It was still fairly early in the day, but Rob and myself decided we could not pass this beautiful waterhole and decided to go in for a quick dip. Fairly fresh, I have to say. It's cooler than the high country, I reckon. So yeah, but well worth it. Clean for another day. Quick tip, if you want to know how high you were and you used a track log with MemoryMaps for all, I'm just clicking on my track log here and then it shows me the altitude of each particular spot. I could also right click and then go on the altitude profile, and then I see on top here the full altitude profile, and when I move the mouse on the profile it shows me the corresponding location on the map. It was time for a change in January when my Nitto Trail Grappler tires finally gave up the ghost, losing 45% of their thread after just 25,000 kilometers on the clock. Not impressed with the longevity, I set out to find a more affordable alternative that still offered top-notch quality. My good friend Dave, thanks mate, recommended Kenda tires, which I've never heard of before. But after doing some digging, I was impressed with their reputation and decided to take the plunge. The biggest selling point for me was the price, nearly $200 cheaper per tire than my old Nitto Trail Grappler or the BFG KM3. With their 10-ply thread and triple-ply sidewall, I hope they will last. They are quite an aggressive-looking MT tire, but on the road they've proven their worth, performing admirably on wet surfaces and effortlessly clearing mud. The only minor drawback so far is that they are slightly louder than my old tires, but nothing which really annoys me. Overall so far, I'm satisfied with my decision. It's still early days though, only time will reveal their long-term performance. I'll be sure to keep you updated as I continue testing them. We made our way towards the Patterson River, which is in the valley a little bit further west from where we are now. I hope to find a nice camp spot somewhere along the river and stay there for the night. I haven't seen the Barrington Tops that green and lush for many years, and it was just beautiful to drive through these meandering valleys. As we continued on our journey through the Barrington Tops, we stumbled upon one of its quirks, a long stretch of bush fencing adorned with an eclectic collection of shoes. Someone had taken the time to gather and display these discarded footwear finds in a creative way, leaving us to ponder the story behind this curious arrangement. After reaching the Patterson River, I took a few of the smaller treks towards the river to see whether I could find a campsite. However, that didn't work out too well initially. I got myself a little stuck here. I'm on road pressure on 30 psi. Tried to see whether we find a camp spot here. Took the wrong turn, followed there, and I'm a bit stuck now here. I'll see whether I can get up here, reverse and come around here, I guess. This was my first test of the Kenda tires in mud. Keep in mind I'm running a bit over 30 psi here, and that is around double what I usually would run in this kind of terrain. However, I couldn't be bothered airing down these muddy tires given that we were quite likely staying on fire trails. After a bit of shuffling forward and backwards, I managed to position myself horizontally to the ruts and drove out backwards. The detour around the mudded ruts meant squeezing between through very tight trees with not much room to spare with a wide cruiser. One good reason why I run mud terrain tires, even though I don't like mud. You just never know what kind of terrain you encounter, and a mud terrain tire is the only tire who works reasonably well on any ground and in any terrain. So I had the right idea. I just went up the shitty track, but I would have come out here somewhere. But I just found this here, that I think it's pretty neat actually. Let's chop one hammock, piece of rubbish. Otherwise, pretty nice. Even a little staircase, little whirlpool. Look at that. I think it could be shabbier. Just 100 to 150 meters down from our camp spot was an awesome granite swimming hole, which we plan to use later. However, the weather unfortunately spoiled that. Forest here, not national park. Shortly after we set up camp, the sky seemed to become quite dark, but we were in the valley so really couldn't see far, so I decided to send the drone up and have a look around. Unfortunately, there was a big storm front coming in. So we battened down the hatches, set our awnings up and prepared for the rain. May get wind as well. There's a good thunderstorm coming. What did you do?
Straight through the finger.
Huh?
I could rip my finger.
Bad?
Yeah, not good.
Geez, I had to rush to get the drone down and just in time.
Righto, quiet now. Started up.
Yeah, 6 o'clock in the morning. Had a pretty decent night's sleep, went very early to bed. And we had a bit of rain in the night, but it has stopped now. It's cloudy. I heard Robert mucking around, the miner. He's up early. Fire still going. This is the end of episode 1. In the next episode, our adventure takes a tense turn when an unexpected accident nearly ends our trip early. I walk you through what went wrong, and I also highlight a track you should definitely stay clear of. Plus, we stumble upon an abandoned car in the most unlikely place and figure out who it belongs to. Make sure you catch the next episode, it is one you don't want to miss. So guys, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please keep in mind, this is a self-funded channel, so I would greatly appreciate if you could help me out by sharing, liking and subscribing. And if you can, please consider head over to Patreon or buy me a coffee, and with the equivalent of a cup of coffee or 2 per month, you can really help me making these videos. Thanks a lot for watching and see you along the tracks.